Well, I've never done as much bicycling, as I did on my mission. That was kind of our main mode of transportation as we rode bikes. There was usually a car in every district. Sometimes there certainly were a couple of cars in the zones, but for the most part you were expected to have a bicycle as a missionary, and you used it a lot. And because of the geography of Missouri, it's a very hilly, not many mountains, but just lots of hills and valleys. That made for just some interesting missionary work. We just had to get out and ride our bikes a lot, and it was always funny if you went from an area where you were in a car and then to a bike area. You always kind of knew on transfer day people would tease you because you knew you were in for a physical learning curve. Your legs, your thighs were going to get big because you were going to be biking a lot. So I have lots of memories of biking around in rain, snow, sleet, hail, bruising heat on a bicycle, and I didn't love that. I didn't love those harsh conditions, but it was so good for me too. It was good to not only mentally and spiritually, but just physically kind of give yourself to the work and know you're out there just doing whatever it took to be a missionary. It reminded me of the mission films that I saw growing up, where missionaries were just out pounding the pavement, so to speak, riding bikes and walking a lot, and that's just kind of how we got around. And I certainly was blessed to have a car in a couple of areas as well, but for the most part, bikes were the way we got around, and because of that, we relied a lot on the members of the church too to help us. We had to arrange for rides to some of our meetings if the church was far, or sometimes to our appointments if the weather was bad. And that was a great thing too, because it quickly tied us in close to the ward where we were. And that's probably part of the purpose, is that our leaders knew that if we were on bikes, we would be, we would just be forced to rely more on the members of the church to help get us back and forth to where we needed to go, and that made for great missionary member relations. So that was good. So I definitely gained a great appreciation for biking. When you went to Illinois, the joke in Illinois is that you can stand on a tuna can and see the whole state because it's just so flat. So you knew if you're going to Illinois, there would still be biking involved, but at least it was going to be all flat. But if you were on the Missouri end of things, you could prepare for a lot of hills. You'd be biking up and down a lot of hills.